Good morning children, back to the class. So dear children, in last class we were discussing about the lesson 11, the Hich Hiker. So what we have seen, the person bought the new car, then and actually he is who was he? He was a writer, and this one when he is going from for a just long drive, is going to the London for the horse race, something is there, for that he is going. On the way, first he explained here how his car and all, how fast it is, how smooth and all, about the leather, about the car color, everything. Then while he was going, he has seen one person waiting and asking for the lift. Then immediately he remembered when he was not having car, how he was finding difficult standing beside the road and asking for the lift. Then immediately he has given permission him to get into the car. After getting into the car, he started to ask the questions the person who entered. So whatever he is asking, the hitchhiker is giving the answer. Then while he was giving some questions, the hitchhiker did not like, so he kept quiet. Then the writer understood, the car owner, we can say, not a driver. He understood, then he kept quiet and he told that because I am a writer, because of that reason I keep on asking the questions to you, please don't mind. Then finally they both had discussion. Then while they were having, then the hitchhiker had asked him, why are you going only 70 speed? Is it that this car is that much only? It cannot go more than. Then he told it has the power of 120. In that speed they can go. But then he told how? But it is not at all going. Then he told, okay, you try, let me see how fast it will. Then the writer started to drive fast. Then 80, 90, 100, then 110, so 150. So they were going very fast. By the time they heard some of the siren sound. One policeman is coming on motorcycle and he took the more speed than this car. Then he came and he stood in front of them. Till there we have discussed. Then after that, what had happened? Then he came and he stood in front of this. Then this is really trouble. I said, I don't like it once bit. So the driver said immediately, means the writer, he said, I don't like catching like this, and now you see the postman will ask so many. So I don't talk to I am any more than necessary. So then he said, you don't speak more than necessary. I will answer, you be quiet. Then he said to the hitchhiker. Then same in the minute the policeman came and he told them, you wait. Then he went and strongly he kept on the ceiling, the car ceiling, his hand, and he started to ask. He looked at the both of them. Then he was asking, is there any pregnant lady in your car? Maybe she is going to give birth to the child. That is the reason you are going fast. Pregnant lady hai tum, means like that he had asked. Then the writer said, no sir, no pregnant. Then are you both are okay or anything happened to you? Then they said, we are absolutely alright. Then in that case, then why are you driving this much fast? Do you know the limit in this country, how fast you can go? Then he told, yes sir, I know, it is a 70. Then what reason you are? Then he spoke very harshly, and they could not raise their voice also. Then after that he turned his head and started at the passenger. And who are you? He asked sharply. Then immediately he asked, after talking to the writer, he looked other side, the passengers. Then he asked, who are you? And then he said, oh, I don't, something wrong. My passenger asked. His voice was so soft and oily as a hair cream. So very softly he was answering. That's more than likely, the policeman answered. Anyway, you are witness. I will deal with you in a minute. So what he has said, anyhow you are the witness for that. He is driving the car very fast. You are the witness. For that I want to talk to you for a minute. Driving license. He snapped, holding out his hand. So he took the, give me the driving license. He has given a name. Then after that, he unbuttoned the left hand breasted pocket of his turns and brought out the darkened book. So he took that one and he kept inside the license. Then he has taken the one book to write the fine and all and gave a bill. Then immediately, carefully he copied the name and address from my license. That book he has taken and he written all the details in his book. Then he gave it back to me. He strolled round to the front of the car and read the number from my number plate and wrote down as well. He filled in the date, the time and the details of my offenses. So every detail he has completed in his book, fine book. Then he tore out the top copy of the ticket. But before handing it to me, he checked that all the information and had come through clearly on his own carbon copy. Finally, he replaced the book in his torn pocket and fastened the button. So he closed that button after he has checked everything. And now you, he said to my passenger, and he walked around the other side of the car. From the other breast pocket, he produced a small black notebook. Name, his name. So immediately he told, what is your name? You tell me now, you tell your details. He went to the passenger, Hich Hiker, he went and he started asking him, what is your name, from where you are, everything, all the details he started to ask. Then he told, Michael Fish. My passenger said, address, 14 Windsor Lane, Lawton. So some address also he has given. Then after that, show me something to prove this is your real name and address. The police said. My passenger fished in his pockets and came out with a driving license of his own. The policeman checked the name and address and handed it back to him. So finally he has checked all the details. Then after checking all the details, he has finished this part. Fished means what is the meaning? Fish means fish. Scratched, about 4. About 4. So this is the meaning. The next, what happened? He has given and they have seen. Then what is your job? He asked sharply. I am in a Audi carrier. And a what? An Audi carrier. Spell it Hodca. So he told, after that he asked his passenger what work you are doing. Then he said old carriers. Old carrier means what is the meaning, he asked. Then that all do. That will do. And what's hot carrier, may I ask? An hot carrier officer is a person who carries the cement up the ladder to the bricklayer. And what is what? Carrier it in. It's got a long handle, and on the top of your coat you have got 2 bits of wood set the handbag. So he said many things. He told, I am a just wood carrier means what is? Means I carry the cement to the up where the bricks are keeping. So for that I kept my name as a wood carrier. Oh, all right. The policeman wrote all this down in the black notebook. Then he returned the book to its pocket and did up the button. So again he closed. He returned all this, the passenger, Hich Hiker details, everything, and again he had put. Then when I get back to the station. I am going to do a little checking up on you, he said to my passenger. Then he told, I have a doubt on you. Well, let me go to the station, then I want to check all your details. Me? What have I done wrong? The rat-faced man asked. So when he said, policeman said, immediately the Hich Hiker said, me? What wrong I have done? You tell me what happened to me. Like, I don't like your face. That all the policeman said. And we just might have a picture of it somewhere in our files. So he told, your face is there, that I don't like, because I feel somewhere this face I have seen in my station. So I want to check all the details and everything so that I can finalize that you are that thief or not. So he had a doubt that he may, this passenger might be a thief. So in that doubt, he wanted to clarify with all his details when he goes back to the station. Then next, what happened? So, I suppose you know your senior trouble, he said to me. Yes, officer, you won't driving this fancy car of yours again for very long time. So he said to him that, do you know, my dear, about you, I will make sure that you will not be driving this fancy car no more. Long time. I will make sure that it will happen to you. I hope they allow you up for a smell too. So he told, anyhow, I will make sure that he will not be doing this one again. And you have to be very careful, he has said. Then finally, he told and he said he went back. Then when there, absolutely he said, smoking his lips. In the clique, behind the doors, along all the other criminals who break the law. So if you are not listening and if you are not coming to the station and meeting and if you are not completing all the procedure what's supposed to be, then you will be in a prison, because you know that those who are not following the rules, I know how to make them to follow. Just like this, the policeman said, and he left. He turned away and walked over to his motorcycle. He in the rope stand back into position with his foot under, swing his legs over the saddle. Then he kicked the starter and so finally has gone. He took all the details he had taken and kept in his pocket. Then finally he left there. Then after that they both started to speak. The V was caught. My passenger said, V was caught, good and proper. Means what you are telling, we was caught. Already he came and he has written all our details. Now we cannot escape from this, because he came directly and he caught us and he has written all the details. So with all this, we don't know what will be happening. That's right, he said. What you are going to do now? The governor. So he had asked, okay, tell me, the governor, what you are going to do about all this had happened. Whatever has happened is happened. But what you are going to do for this? How you will come out of this case, like he said. I am going straightly up to the London to talk so I will go directly to the London and I will talk to my lawyer. There, I said, I started the car and drove on. So that what he said, the writer started driving the car. Then on the way, what had happened? Did the governor really went and met the lawyer, or what had happened? Really the policeman taken all the details, or anything is suspense is there? No, we will see in the next class. So please read out the lesson till here. I will be continuing the lesson in a next class. Thank you.